Poppy.
I'm all right. How are you? Hello, Poppy.
Very well. So what's your first memory of going to the theatre?
Well, I've got parents who are actors, so I went when I was very, very young, and I remember sort of watching Mum go into this sort of weird world of heat and lights, just walking through what looked like a kind of, you know, a bit of cardboard almost, this flat bit of scenery. The door opened and suddenly there was this world the other side, and just being entranced by the kind of threadbare magic of it all. And being in the audience myself, I think one of my first memories was watching my dad in something called Bernardo's. I mean, I think he was so sick of the run at one point, he just basically waved to me in the middle of the production because he knew I was in. So I remember my dad waving to me on stage, which will probably get him into trouble. But you know, theatre's been part of my life for as long as I can remember.
So have you always wanted to be an actor?
Yeah. I've toyed with other things, but pretty much, yeah.
And do you get nervous before you go on stage? Or
Yes, I do. I do, Poppy. Do you get nervous doing this?
Terribly.
Yeah,
and how do you overcome your nerves?
Different ways. I mean, you know, sometimes the work takes care of it because you're so concentrating on, well, you've got so many tasks to achieve, you can't really think for things you have to do, basically. So you don't feel the kind of presence of an audience, you don't feel you're being judged, you're just involved in that. Those are the golden moments, that's when it's really working and it's fantastic. But yeah, to deal with them normally, I mean, it depends, you have to eat at a certain time of day to deal with that. You have to, I mean, you know, take a deep breath. Meditation's good. Just focus on it and remember that you've made a compact with your director and your actors and you're all in it together, and that helps a lot when you know you're not alone.
That's true.
Not so easy if you're doing a monologue or something like Crap's Last Tape. That's hard. I've done that once. I did that play, in fact, and it was terrifying because you are completely on your own.
I can imagine. What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you on stage?
I've been pretty fortunate, I have to say. I mean, there's been a few scenery disasters, or, you know, stage machinery stopping, grinding to a halt. We must have had that in Frankenstein once or twice, I seem to remember. But, you know, the worst thing for me, theatre-wise, is when I've lost my voice, and I had that on Frankenstein. That's horrible, because you know, the audience that gets your last performance before you have to go, I can't, I need a rest. You just feel you've cheated them, and then when you're at home, you feel awful. You feel like a failure. It's horrible. You pick yourself up and you do it again.
You haven't fallen off the stage or anything like that?
No, Poppy, not yet.
You're doing well. You're doing very well.
I've done quite well in that regard because, yeah, it's quite easy. There was a huge drop in Frankenstein of about 20 feet, and there was a lot of other stuff going on in that production, so it would have been quite easy to forget yourself at times. But yeah, no, I haven't fallen off stage yet.
Thank you very much. Enjoy tonight.